Alright guys, day 6 of 7. A little sad that it's almost over, as I'm finally starting to feel better, but I'm stoked for today. Another course with a little climb. Don't know if that's good or not, but we're gonna give it our all and just try to stay safe, have legs for the last day, and just enjoy Speed Week. So yeah, one more. I'll see you guys then.
Here we go again. Again, 6th race of the week, 6 out of 7. Like if you guys have been watching the rest of the videos, you'd know that, and not to start with excuses, I haven't been feeling very well. I'm recording this audio a week later after having been actually 3-4 days in bed recovering from God knows what, but here we are catching up on these videos and trying to evaluate what happened, and maybe you guys can give some pointers on what you guys think that I could have done better, or just I don't know. So here we are on Hapeville Criterium. This is quite a technical course. Not too technical, but technical enough to where it's fun, in my opinion. It's fast, so in this back straight you see here, we're going almost 30 miles an hour back there, and then are able to take these corners pretty fast, which is obviously always fun. The race started fast as always. Cat 2 3's are not holding back, and the first lap for a lot of us was the first time that we were riding the course, which, you know, makes it a little sketchy, especially on turns like this left turn that then turns into this weird S-shaped right-left-hander onto a hill. But we all figured it out. Everyone stayed safe. I believe there were no crashes in this race. And right in the first lap, as we're going over the hill for the first time, there's a gap that I feel the need to close. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I felt like I was doing better just physically, so I wanted to stay towards the front of the group, or as much towards the front as possible. And so I did so. I might not have learned from my mistakes and maybe went a little too hard in the beginning, closing said gaps to do that extra effort, because at the end of the day, no one really was going to get dropped in these first couple laps. So if I thought about it, I should have just chilled a little bit and used someone else to close those gaps, which I believe happens a little bit ahead. But as you guys see here, we're exiting every corner, doing pretty much 500 watts. Then we're able to chill as we get into the next corner. This is a very fast, smooth corner, and then again, 500 plus, almost 600 watts. This is a tailwind section though, which it's probably the part of the course where we'd be able to save the most energy, and especially taking this outside line to go into this right-hander here, you could actually go almost all the way to the next corner doing little to no effort. So the field was fairly big, because the race before was in South Carolina, and then here we're back in Atlanta, so a lot more of the local guys were racing, which was awesome, because obviously gives more drafting and just there's more going on, but at the same time makes it harder, obviously. So at this point, I'm pretty much towards the top half of the group. There's quite a few people behind me, and as we're finishing this second lap, you see again a gap opens, and this time I do use this guy to close that gap and save some energy, instead of just having to spike to ungodly watts and then burn another match for myself. Because then when we get on the finish straight here, everyone's again doing a ton of wattage, and you saw there I did over 700 watts, and we didn't even close to the guys in front. Then I follow this guy's wheel, and I'm able to, while also using this little downhill, be back on the group. But you see here, we're only on lap 3, and it's already been this chaotic. The guys at the front are just attacking, obviously, as you would be in a crit, and I'm just trying to hold the position to find what the most efficient place for me to be in is. Then taking a corner, like that, the way I did, closing the gap and saving energy. I feel like I was doing an okay job, but obviously there's a lot to be improved here to not waste so much energy. You see that my heart rate being at 180 on lap 3 is just not ideal. So as we almost hit that guy, or he almost hit me actually, I let this other guy go around, but I did not have the rear camera on. I wish I could show you guys that there's a lot of people behind me, and I'm just gonna skip the part where they all come around. But this guy in front of me in yellow here, he really strong, I believe local guy. He ended up winning one of the 7 races, I believe. I don't know if it was this one or another one, but I didn't know that at this point. Strong guy, navigating the field really well. It seemed like he was saving energy where he was supposed to, and using others to close gaps and such when needed. I don't think he had teammates, but anyways, back to the race here. As we are finishing this 3rd lap and doing outrageous watts out of that last corner, I'm gonna skip to lap 10 here and just show you guys that even though my heart rate went down, my legs started to feel it, and it was just too much at this point. And you can see now that there's a lot more people in front of me. Most of the field has passed me, if not all of it, and I'm kind of just dangling at the back at this point. I try to save as much energy as possible, because while the group was passing me, you see there's a huge group in front. While the group was passing me, I was trying to use that as an opportunity to, again, save energy. I know I keep saying that, but it's very important. And it worked a little bit. I think because of that, I was able to stay in a few more laps than I would have otherwise. But and then obviously using the corners to slingshot myself back into the group like this also helped. But then when we get to the parts of the course like the hill or that last turn where it seems like there's really no option, you guys tell me if there are, to just get out of the saddle and put a lot of watts in. There's really no draft that saves that last section. So at this point in my head, I'm just trying to use everyone's wheels to get to that section without going too crazy, so that I have something left there to stay in the group. But then here you see, so this is the beginning of the hill. We got to the hill and I'm just doing 300 watts, like really emptying myself. That might have been the last guy in the group, and just trying to do enough to then get to this last corner and not be dropped. But then you see we got to the corner, everyone's doing a ton of watts. I can only do 400-ish, 300, and I'm done. I just can't do that anymore. And 10 laps in, 20 minutes into a 40-minute race, and I'm done. There's plenty of excuses I could use and always do, but I just didn't have the legs. It just wasn't there. I wish I would have performed better in this course, because it really was a fun course. But there's still one more to go, so we're not giving up. Thank you guys for watching, and see you then.